How does it feel when you do so much for someone or some cause or maybe some project or job, but never once are you appreciated or praised? You devote your time, energy, and care towards it, but instead of getting any applause, someone else who didn't deserve the praise is blessed with it. How does it feel to be a misfit or so different nobody understands you? Instead, you are criticized for not being practical or realistic, or even you are labeled to be a show off religious person. How does it feel being rejected because you don't want to displease God, but it seems that to please Him you have to disappoint everyone else? How does it feel when you are doing the right thing, but the world seems against you, and even God appears to be quiet? How does it feel when you have had faith for something longer than you can imagine, and still, instead of things improving, they seem to be going in the opposite direction? How does it feel when what God said completely opposes what you are seeing? The answer is feeling depressed, sad, disappointed, discouraged, demotivated. If you don't have faith enough to see through all this and understand how the tough trials made us slowly by slowly resistant to people say and closer to God, how these trials turned us into a better person and managed to develop our weaker areas. Like for me, it was patience and anger, which would mostly happen side by side. Let's go through the holy books to see what should be our response in such disheartening situations. Joseph's journey from an immature boy to the Prime Minister of Egypt teaches us so much. Being a kid, he was extremely favored by his father, which made his stepbrothers jealous. He told his stepbrothers about the dream God showed him of the sun, moon, and 11 stars, representing his stepbrothers, bowing to him one day, and that he will become a ruler in future. His brothers, whom Joseph and his father trusted, plot against Joseph and manage to sell Joseph as a slave to Egypt. Although what happened was enough to break little Joseph's heart, separating him from his beloved father, but we find that Joseph did his best wherever he was. After ending up as a slave for a very influenced official, he worked hard sincerely and honestly and soon made his position strong at Potiphar's house. But the story does not end here. Potiphar's wife falsely accused Joseph after Joseph rejected her sexual advances. Can you imagine betrayal after betrayal, punishment for something he hadn't done? This is how the world is. The people's lies and their underestimation cannot last forever. The one who has the authority to raise our stature always gives victory in the end. But this victory comes with a price, and Joseph paid that price and proved his faithfulness in the toughest situations one can find himself in. But he still continued to work hard and made his place even in the prison. He would also interpret dreams of prisoners And this good attitude of him led him to the Pharaoh who needed someone who could interpret his dream. Joseph was called from the prison on the recommendation of a prisoner whose dream Joseph had earlier interpreted. Joseph interpreted the Pharaoh's dream and saved Egypt during a famine. This is how God works. Here, we not only find Joseph as a man of faith, but also Jacob, Joseph's father, who refuses to believe that Joseph died, as this was what Joseph's stepbrothers informed Jacob after selling Joseph. Jacob would continue to share his grief and pain to God and tell his sons that he knows God the way they don't know. The stepbrothers also tried their best to remove Joseph from their lives, but did they succeed? Maybe only for a while. But their hideous act was required to push Joseph to his destiny. Did the Potiphar's wife false claim stop Joseph? No, because people cannot stop you from reaching your destiny. Only God or you yourself if you don't believe. Joseph's dream came true, and so will yours. The key is not to give up, no matter what others say or do, and no matter how things currently appear. Your loyalty, faithfulness, and sincerity will pay off in a way you could never expect. Inshallah. So, next time when thoughts peek in about losing hope, encourage yourself through Joseph's journey, which has been written down in Torah, Bible, and the Quran. With this, I end today's topic, hoping that someone has realized that he or she needs to continue and expect the very best to come.